What's up, guys? What's going on? It is your boy Frankie D, the coach here, and I'm here to talk today about weight loss diet for beginners. Now, when I say beginners, I'm also referring or assuming this idea that you're starting your fitness journey, quote unquote journey, right? And you're thinking exercise and you're thinking nutrition at the same time. I'm not assuming that you're just doing nutrition on its own. I wouldn't recommend that. I don't think it's a bright idea. I would probably do the two of them, right? Good nutrition, good exercise equals great body and great health. So I mean, I don't recommend just doing one without the other. You want to do them both, right? But if you're just starting in your fitness now, you're who I'm talking to, right? So you're starting an exercise program, and either you've been out of the game for a while, so you're looking to get back in shape, or maybe you've just never done that before. And then now we got to talk about diet, right? We got to talk about nutrition. So the best diet for beginners very often is no diet at all, believe it or not. And I say that within the context of everyone thinks that you got to eat less in order to get a better body. And it comes up a lot in the bodybuilding world. Body transformation is you have to be in a calorie deficit, right? I have to burn more calories, so I'm going to eat less. Well, that really comes into play a lot with people who have a long training history and a long dieting or understanding of how much food they're supposed to be eating. It really works well when you're eating the right amount of calories for the exercise that you're doing, and you're doing that for a long time, and you have good muscle mass and muscle tone, and you see all that stuff. Low body fat really works well for those people who understand those things well. But for people who are coming in and they're fresh and they're brand new, well, what are their issues? Their issues are they have high body fat, so a lot of body fat, very low muscle tone or muscle mass in general. They usually undereat things like proteins and fibers, vegetables, all the right foods that they need. So their metabolisms are very low, and what they need to do is kind of go through this preparatory period where you're working on developing more muscle mass, more muscle tissue, because muscle in itself elevates your metabolism. And you're only going to do that through eating the right stuff. So again, this idea of work out more, eat less, probably works a lot better for people who've been in the game for a long time and really understand how much they're eating in the first place. And again, from my experience, almost all the newcomers, you're just figuring out that macronutrition or the macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats are the things that have calories in them. Like, this is all new to them, right? They don't necessarily know the difference, protein, fats, carbs, things of that nature, right? So if this is new to you, the first thing you want to do is get a grip on that, and then it's getting your protein amount up. It's getting the appropriate carbohydrates, more fruits and vegetables, higher fiber carbohydrates, getting the appropriate fats in, which are more calorie dense. So again, diet, this idea, cut calories, probably doesn't work for you. And here's another reason why it's not going to work off the bat, because your metabolism is already low. So chances are, again, you got high body fat, low muscle mass, and this calories in, calories out equation is somewhat balanced, but it's real low. And you want to train yourself to be able to burn more calories, but eat more calories at the same time. And this would happen with any like bodybuilder or someone who had been cutting calories for a long time, is at some point, the metabolism is going to chase that, and the metabolism will self-regulate. So the less you eat and the more you exercise, the lower your metabolism gets. So at some point you have to eat more to be able to kind of raise your metabolism back up, for lack of better terms, to unbreak it. So your goal would be to burn as much body fat and be in as good of shape possible while eating the most calories. So if you can avoid dieting or cutting calories from your diet right off the bat, you will, because what's happening here? You haven't been exercising at all. So now you're going to come in, you're going to start exercising, so you're going to start to increase the amount of calories that you're burning. So you're kind of creating a calorie deficit anyway. Again, for you beginners, if you don't have a good baseline in nutrition, the things that you want to focus on right now are getting the appropriate amount of protein, which is generally 1 gram per pound of body weight, making sure you're eating the appropriate amount of calories overall, which is roughly 14 to 16 calories times your body weight. And most people that I've come across in my lifetime that are beginners, just general, new to fitness, new to dieting, have a very low understanding of just how much food they need to be eating to be able to develop more muscle tissue, elevate metabolism, and get the true long-term results that they're looking for, not the short term. Anyone can lose weight in the short term, lose a little bit of fat. If you lose a lot of weight very quickly because you're cutting a whole bunch of calories and you're exercising a lot, more than likely you've lost kind of muscle mass or muscle tone, as well as just water weight. So your long-term result is more difficult, and that's where people end up rebounding. So again, my suggestion to you beginners out there, don't worry about cutting calories, don't worry about eating less. If you're starting an exercise program, focus on eating more, getting more protein, eating the right amount of fruits, vegetables, and whole grain carbohydrates, getting the appropriate fats in your diet. Chances are you don't got to eat less, you got to eat more of that stuff to be able to improve your body, your health, and your physique over the long run. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, head down below, leave me a comment, I'll answer them for you guys. And of course, if this is going to help any of your friends, make sure you share this with them. And of course, one more, of course, subscribe to this goddamn channel. Catch up with you guys soon.